Hi everyone and welcome back on Aviation channel. Just a few days ago, the Aviation Investigation Preliminary Report came out from the NTSB from the UPS Flight 2976 that crashed on November 4th, 2025 in Kentucky. On the afternoon of November 4th, 2025, in the afternoon at about 4 p.m., UPS Flight 2976 received their takeoff clearance from SDF ATC Tower, about 1711, and the flight crew acknowledged the takeoff clearance. According to the report, the airplane initially climbed, but did not get higher than about 30 feet above ground level. The airplane cleared the blast fence beyond the end of the runway, 17R, but the left main landing gear impacted the roof of a UPS supply chain solution warehouse. Then also impacted a storage yard and two additional buildings, including a petroleum recycling facility, and was mostly consumed by fire. So, what happened is, this flight UPS 2976 received clearance for takeoff on November 4, 2025 at about 4 p.m. and right after takeoff, the left engine fell from the wing of the airplane because of a pilot malfunction and then crashed on a warehouse of UPS itself and on a petroleum recycling facility, causing over a 3,000 feet fire. So, according to the report, then, a witness in the SDF ATC tower reported that takeoff speed appeared normal for that type of aircraft. However, the climb rate was not normal, as the airplane did not climb above the tower's height, approximately 2,000 feet AGL. So what happened is that in every flight, the ATC tower has to control whether the aircraft is doing a good climb rate, good speed, or not. Now, what happens is that on the afternoon, the tower said that the takeoff speed was perfect, but the climb rate was not, because every time the aircraft needs to go upper than the ATC tower, and in that case, they only reached 30 feet. Causing to break the fence with the landing gears and all malfunctions, and then crashing into the facility. Fortunately for the investigation, the airplane was equipped with FDR and CVR, which were both recovered from the accident scene and transported to the NTSB Vehicle Recorders Laboratory in Washington, D.C. Now, for people that don't know what a McDonnell Douglas Md-11 is, an Md-11 is a three-engine, wide-body passenger aircraft that was originally manufactured by McDonnell Douglas Company, which was subsequently merged with the Boeing Company. The Md-11F is the fighter version of the Md-11. The Md-11 can be equipped with either a GE SF6 series or PW4000 series engine. Now, UPS is a cargo airline that is based in Louisville, Kentucky, and operates a variety of aircraft including the 757, 767, A300, Md-11, 747, and the accident airplane, in this case, was equipped with ADS-B out. So, in the case of the Md-11 and DC-10, every aircraft has pylons. Pylons are structures that hold the engine and the wing still. So, every pylon inside has a spherical bearing which connects the F-lug and forward lug to the wing clevis. Now, what happened to this aircraft was that they didn't do the maintenance inspections, and the F-lug and forward lug cracked. They got weak and cracked, causing the spherical bearing to come out and the engine to come off from the wing clevis. This caused then a lack of balance of the aircraft and a lack of thrust, which caused the aircraft to then crash. Now, most of the people asked me and other people, so why didn't they just abort takeoff? The thing is that there is something called V1 and VR. V1 is the limit speed for aborting takeoff. And they have reached that speed, they already rotated, they came up, and they couldn't stop it. Now, in most of these malfunctions, you are either cooked, which means that you just have to say your prayers, or do a go around and come back to the airport for maintenance and everything, or even grounding the aircraft. So they didn't have time, and they already reached the V1. They already rotated. They already reached 30 feet, and they couldn't do a go around because they had a lack of thrust, a lack of balance, and they sadly crashed. Now, the fault, it's all of UPS, because many reports from Boeing had been given to them that the spherical bearing could be changed. Now, how? So every spherical bearing has kind of a rail in the middle, which the F and the forward lug can slide in. This is not a safe thing, because what happens is that every time there is like the F and the forward lug spin, there is friction. Friction is the force that stops an object. That's what happened. And Boeing had a new design, but the UPS did not want to do it. Now, the fault is not all of this design, but it's also because of a lack of maintenance and inspections. So, according to the NTSB Preliminary report, a review of the inspection tasks for the left pylon F mount found both a general visual inspection, GVI, and a detailed visual inspection of the left pylon F mount required UPS program at a 72-month interval, and it was last accomplished on October 28th of 2021. This is a really long time. So this kind of maintenance and inspections should be made once every 1 or 2 years. And they waited 4 years, which is almost the double time. And then it continues with a 24-month, 4,800 hour lubrication task of the pylon thrust, links, and pylon spherical bearings was last accomplished on October 18 of 2025. This was just said to make sure that it wasn't because of a lack of a spinning and of lubrication, but it was because of a lack of maintenance on the GVI and on left pylon and F mount. Now, let's say what happened to all the Md-11s. UPS then grounded their Md-11 fleet on November 7th of 2025, and a precautionary measure and at the recommendation of Boeing. So Boeing went to UPS and said, listen, I suggest you to retire your Md-11s, because I can see that you didn't want to change the design. You don't want to have the right maintenance and inspections. So I suggest you just to retire it. And then the FAA came in and retired all Md-11 and Md-11F airplanes on November 8th of 2025 until all the Md-11s were inspected and all applicable corrective actions were performed using a method approved by the FAA Continuing Operational Safety Branch. The FAA subsequently issued Emergency AD 2025-2353 on November 14th of 2025, which supersed Emergency AD 2025 2351 and included both MD-11 and DC-10 airplanes. So this is not the first time that happened. This actually happened many times, but one of the most similar and famous events was the American Airlines Flight 191 that happened with a McDonnell Douglas DC-10 aircraft that crashed into an open field just short after takeoff at Chicago O'Hare. Unfortunately, in almost every crash, there are fatalities. So, crew injuries were three fatal, which were the pilot, the first officer, and the other crew on board. And the passenger injuries were none because it was a cargo plane. And ground injuries were 11 fatal, 2 serious and 21 minor, which is an amount of total injuries of 14 fatal, 2 serious, and 21 minor. And from our Nation channel, it's all. Thank you for watching the video, and also thank you for 50 subscribers. I hope that we will reach 100 subscribers and higher, and I will announce that at 100 subscribers, I will do a fish reveal. So make sure to click that subscribe button and to leave a like at the video. And if you like, leave a comment. Thank you so much. Bye.